Okay, we're going to start off this morning. I'm doing a little video because I wanted to talk about something that I think is really important and we often get confused about. And that's the idea of vitamins. Okay, I think the perfect diet that would make a fortune in the United States would be Twinkies, Pepsi, and a multivitamin. I think we could go a long way with a junk food diet plus a multivitamin. A lot of us have trouble eating a really healthy diet. Like right this minute, I'm within 10 feet of coffee anywhere in the hospital. I can get coffee easily. I can get soda pop without any trouble. No problem. But if I wanted fresh squeezed orange juice, I'm probably 10 miles from that. Okay, so what happens is we're faced with the problem of eating a healthy diet. It's very easy to get junk food. And so we solve that by saying, oh, I'll take a multivitamin tablet. Okay, and so if you may know, this is kind of a sore point for me because there's a lot of research saying that that idea of taking a vitamin to make up for a bad diet doesn't work very well. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that this morning, if that's okay. So this is something called Consumer Reports on Health. It's a monthly little newsletter I get. And basically it's talking about the fact that most major national groups are strongly in favor of eating, quote, a healthy diet. And that's our advice to our patients. Post-op, in general, our recommendation, the foundation of what we say is eat a healthy diet. Fresh fruits and vegetables and whole wheat, whole grain foods. And then we also give supplements, but there's kind of the backup. Okay? And so I want to go over about 24 studies really quick that show that although research suggests that vitamin C and vitamin E and vitamin A are good for you when they're part of your diet, that when you take them as a supplement, as a pill, they're harmful. Okay, well, just a second. Research shows that if you have a diet that's high in selenium, or if you test the bloodstream of patients, if you have high selenium in your bloodstream, you have a lower risk of dying of prostate cancer. But a recent large-scale study was stopped earlier in 2009 because tablets of selenium given to patients in a controlled prospective trial showed that people who were taking tablets of selenium got more prostate cancer. All right, so let's look at it. It's dangerous to take lots of supplements. It's healthy to eat a healthy diet. Okay, let's go over this. Studies now show that lots of research, if you have more beta carotene or vitamin A in your bloodstream, you have a lower risk of cancer. And of course, beta carotene comes from what? Carrots, orange, colorful vegetables, okay? But they did a very powerful research study in 2000. The Veterans Administration got thousands of veteran smokers and gave half vitamin A and half a sugar pill. And the study showed that the vitamin A and vitamin E patients increased the chance of dying. Okay, all right, okay. Another study showed that 11% of adults right now are taking vitamin E, over 400 units, and studies show that increases the chance of premature death from heart attack. But I thought vitamin E protected against heart attack. The tablets, not so good. Healthy food, very good. Okay? High doses of folic acid showed an increase in cancer polyps. In other words, a controlled prospective trial, 1,000 units of folic acid made cancer polyps, precancerous polyps in the colon, more common. Whereas a healthy diet with folate in the diet decreased cancer of the colon. Healthy food, better. The tablet with folate in it, not so much. Okay? The National Cancer Institute reported the study I just talked about where vitamin E and selenium failed to protect against prostate cancer. Whereas lots of research has shown that if we measure your bloodstream or do a diet history, if you're eating more selenium in your diet, if you're eating more vitamin E in your diet, there's less prostate cancer. Healthy food, good. The tablets, not so good. Okay? In fact, in that study, vitamin E increased the risk of prostate cancer when it was taken as a tablet. Okay? What is convenient for us? Junk food and a multivitamin. What's inconvenient? Fresh salads, cutting up the vegetables, clean, healthy vegetables, whole wheat, whole food. That's not easy. A Twinkie, very easy. Okay. A 2008 review found that many antioxidants, which are supposed to protect the cells, actually protect cancer cells against chemotherapy. So oncologists are now recommending that patients who are having chemotherapy do not take supplements during the time of their chemotherapy. In 2008, there was a study of what's called the Harvard Physicians Health Study, and half of the group got vitamin C and vitamin E, and it did not protect against heart attack or stroke or cancer. Tablets of vitamin C and vitamin E did not protect against heart attack, stroke, or cancer. Foods that have vitamin C and vitamin E have been shown in many studies to be protective. Foods, helpful. Tablets, not so helpful. And vitamin E in that group was shown to be associated with an increased risk of hemorrhagic stroke. And that's why we take our patients off vitamin E ahead of time. So the tablets of vitamin E increase the chance of a particular type of stroke. Tablets, Healthy foods, good. Type 2 diabetes. In a 2009 trial, vitamin and mineral pills did not reduce the incidence of pre-diabetes, whereas lots of research shows a healthy diet decreases the chance of diabetes and pre-diabetes. Healthy diet, great. Healthy diet, great. Tablets, not so great. Okay, B vitamins in Alzheimer's disease. They gave tablets of B vitamins to Alzheimer's patients and pre-Alzheimer's patients, didn't help. Foods, healthy foods with B vitamins, and many studies shown to be protective. The tablets by themselves, not. Are you getting me? Do we get it? How many more times do I have to do this? Okay? All right, now, having said, yes?
Doc, I was just going to say, this is important stuff to me because, I had my operation about a year ago. And when you're a big guy, you have you've eaten the junk food your whole life for a long, long time. And now you get the operation and you've always eaten all those kinds of things. So you go right back to that same scenario in the next year. So for the last year, I've eaten anything I wanted. And had I had gone to, the healthy foods that the doctor's talking about, maybe I'd be much better off. And so the question is, how are we going to go from the operation, after having the operation, to now a new way of eating? That seems to be the big deal. And I think you should, because there's some side effects, I think, with eating not so good with the gastric bypass that come up for you that may not be so good if you could just go back to eating, or go to this new way of eating. And so that's a very important
right. And if we want to talk about it for a second, that first year or those first 6 months, you can probably eat anything. We're now talking these kind of things are what happens over the next 40 years after the surgery. And this idea that I can just eat anything and take a multivitamin is not so good. Now, I'm going to finish up this, and then I'm going to come back and talk about what's called calorie restriction, because all of you who've had the MGB or going to have the MGB are in for some wonderful new research which basically shows a tremendous benefit of anything you can do is just cut down the calories. Tremendous value of just cutting down the calories. And so we're going to talk about that. But I wanted to focus in this is to say tablets of vitamins and minerals in general have failed to be very effective. Now, having hit that very hard, I'm going to back up a little bit and say there are some hints. There are some times when it looks like supplements may be helpful. And so, in particular, some studies on vitamin D and osteoporosis does look like supplemental vitamin D may help protect against osteoporosis. And so all supplements are not bad. But the purpose of my talk this morning is to go over, say, a dozen studies that say the foundation of your diet should be healthy food. The foundation of your diet, first things first, is healthy food. Now, can you go out and eat anything? Yeah, in moderation, if the foundation is healthy. Make sure that foundation is healthy, and then the supplements, and if you want to have a snack, if you want to have a Snickers bar and cheesecake and junk food, those are all fine. But they're fine as moderation. Your foundation of your diet shouldn't be Snickers bars and cheesecake. But if you want to have that occasionally when their foundation is a healthy diet, then you're going to do well. And that's what I think I wanted to say in this part of that opening video.